Hello, friends. I was asked by a dear friend, Vishnu Sharma, to answer a few questions about Engage Nepal using a video platform so that she could share them. So let me give it a try. Her first question about Engage Nepal was why? Why did I choose to engage Nepal, if you will? You know, when I retired from the State Department a few years back, I realized that my life had been defined over the span of more than 3 decades by service, by a true commitment to engaging the world and to trying to make a difference, realizing that our values mattered, that we could touch lives, that we could build a better future, build a better world that we all cared about. That drove my service to the U.S. government. And in the course of it, it also shaped my engagement in Nepal when I was ambassador there. And while in Nepal, my wife and I came to truly value the experience. We fell in love. There are a lot of countries in which I served, and I appreciated our experience in every one of them, but Nepal was truly special. There's a tremendous beauty to the nation. There's a tremendous richness to the culture. And there's just such a wonderful decency in the people. And that's Nepal's secret weapon. It's the people of Nepal that keep all of us visitors saying, oh, that was incredible. I want to go back again and again and again. Nepal touches your heart, and it takes up residence there. And that's what happened to us. So when I had to choose, when I had to ask myself, how do I remain engaged in the world after I retired from my full-time role with the State Department? The opportunity to be engaged in Nepal, to make a difference there, to work in partnership with the people that I care about. It was an easy choice. So that's why Nepal. Because there's so much need in the world, because we can make a difference, we can have an impact, and because in Nepal we had partners who weren't looking just for a handout, but who were looking for a helping hand offered in partnership to make a difference together. So that's why. Then Vishnu asked me as well, how did we choose who to work with or what to do? You know, we started Engage Nepal with a focus on the issue of disaster risk reduction and preparedness, something I spent a lot of time on when I was ambassador in Nepal. And we recognize that it is important to prepare for the future, knowing that there'll be another quake, knowing that there will be more disasters, knowing that there will be greater challenges that lie ahead. And we can save lives if we act today rather than waiting until the disaster strikes to help. So that was the primary theme of our initial engagement. And it still is. It still is at the heart of much of what we do. But preparedness takes many forms. And we realized as well that there's so many vulnerable people, so many challenges that folks face, that it's really hard to focus on preparing for the next quake when you're worried about preparing to put a meal on the table, worrying about where the food is going to come from, worrying about whether your kids are going to get an education, worrying about healthcare, worrying about all the fundamental things and the challenges that so many people in Nepal face every day. So, while we still work very much on risk reduction and preparedness, we also have given particular focus to the issues of livelihoods, of health, and education as critical factors in building for the future as well, in building the resilient and strong society that will make a difference, that can help build a future of hope rather than of fear. And these are areas where we could reach out and engage and make a difference. We've done all sorts of things. Vishnu didn't ask me to give a laundry list of our projects, and I won't do that. But I will say, for example, on preparedness, we've done a lot of work with the Nepal Ambulance Service, building an organization that is training well over a couple hundred paramedics now. And they're not just boys, they're girls too. We're training women for jobs in the future as paramedics who are saving lives today, but creating a capability, preparedness to respond to the disasters of tomorrow. And that's pretty cool too. So we've done a lot of work with the Nepal Ambulance Service. We've done work with with women entrepreneurs and given them an opportunity to see their dreams become realities. And we've seen the difference that that makes. And I've had women come to me and say, Excellency, it used to be I'd wait for my husband to go to India and maybe send back money for our daughters' school fees. Now I pay the school fees. That sense of pride, of dignity that comes with earning, of seeing your ideas become reality because somebody cared and helped. That matters. There are countless kids that we're helping with education. Right now, we're funding programs for access to education for children who are affected by the COVID virus and don't have the option of online learning, who don't have the resources of private schools, but we can't afford to leave them behind. And we can't afford to have the girls left behind in particular, where they're going to end up either being sold into early marriage, essentially, or trafficked. These are vulnerable kids, and we have to help, so we do. We've had a wonderful multitude of very strong, good health programs, from health camps for vulnerable women, some in the commercial sex trade who are trying to get out, and we're giving them that opportunity, both with training but also with health care that they need, to communities like the Sampa people in the Tsum Valley, who we have been building an integrated healthcare program for, especially focused on the needs of women. We've helped kids in remote villages continue their education. They realized that they weren't going to be able to continue school because they didn't have a school in their village, and the nearest place would have meant that they would have to board there. And their families only make $1 or $2 a day, and they couldn't afford it. They're in school because we cared, because we helped. There's there's a long, long list of what we do. But who do we do it for? We do it for the most vulnerable. We do it for those in need. We do it for partners who are willing to offer something on their end as well, because that's important also. As I said earlier, it isn't about handouts. It's about a helping hand for communities and people and groups that care and make a difference. Finally, Vishnu asked me, how do we do this? How do we manage the expenses? How do we keep our operations going? It's a challenge. There's no question about it. Many people say, I only want to give to a group that's all volunteer. Or, yes, this NGO, they're very good. They're just going to send everything to Nepal. And right now, to be honest, during the COVID crisis, every penny we're taking in, we're sending out as a donation, as a gift to the people of Nepal. Because it's a crisis, we've got to do it. But we still have to operate. We have to be registered in states across the country. Most NGOs, many of them in the U.S., aren't bothering with that requirement. But we are, because we believe it's important that we do it right, that we comply with laws, that we are ethical, that we are transparent, and that we are accountable. But those registrations all cost money. It costs money to maintain a donation platform. It costs money to raise the funds that we use to make a difference for the people of Nepal every day. We've been fortunate. I reach out. I see grants from organizations that are philanthropically inclined, and sometimes we're successful, and that's always good. But you want to know how we make it work? We make it work because of you, because of individuals. We are the quintessential grassroots NGO, and we count on the donations of people who care, of people who want to make a difference, who want to have an impact in the world, who want to engage Nepal. So we reach out on Facebook, we reach out through social media, various social media platforms. I do public engagements when we can. During the COVID days, it's a little bit tougher. And we ask people, to open their hearts, to become partners in making a difference for Nepal. One of our most important programs, and one of the toughest, I'm surprised how tough this is our program of Champions for Nepal, where we ask people to just give even pennies a day, 33 cents a day. What do you spend in Starbucks or somewhere else where you go out regularly? We're asking folks if you could give at least $10 a month. And some folks give more. God bless them for doing that. But that $10 a month, if we could get just 20 people in every state to give us $10 a month, 30-some cents a day, we would make a huge difference. We would have the resources we need to not only cover all those expenses, but to start a year with $40,000 or more ready to go for Nepal. And that's before we did our daily fundraising efforts. It's pretty impressive. I ask folks all the time, please consider a small gift of $10 a month. Be a champion for Nepal. Make a difference. Bishnu has, a number of others have, but we're nowhere near that goal of 20 people per state. We're nowhere near our goal of having 1,000 people who are committed supporters and who at a minimum level of $10 a month would be able to sustain us for the future and ensure that we will keep going. So I hope you will consider that. I hope you'll consider donating. Go to our website at engagenepal.org. Look at the Facebook page. My page is Scott DeLisi. The Facebook page for Engage Nepal. We share lots of information on all of these sites. But we need your help. If we're going to continue to make a difference for the people of Nepal, we fundamentally just need your help. It's hard. It's always a challenge, but I'm not going to give up. We keep on trying no matter what. Because, as I said at the beginning, engaging the world matters. Standing for something matters. Making a difference where we can matters. We all have to choose how we'll engage the world. This was my choice. This is a path that is working for me, and where I hope we do have an impact that lasts. And I know when I look at the kids that we've helped stay in school, or I look at a mother who is earning and making a difference, or I talk to a father who we've helped to create a job for through some of the livelihoods programs, or I think about the folks who are eating right now in Kathmandu because we were able to donate food assistance during this very difficult time of COVID, or the folks who will survive the virus because we help provide an RNA extractor or a high-flow nasal cannula or PPE or testing kits. I know we're making a difference. I know we made a difference for the 12 infants we supported, one child a month last year, who were severely malnourished. And we helped ensure they got into a new nutritional rehabilitation program that probably saved their lives and certainly changed their future. I know that every day we have that chance to make a real difference in someone's life if we choose to do it. I hope you'll choose. And I know folks are busy. I know you don't have that much time always. We don't all have a platform, but your donation, that makes a difference. That's how you get to be the hero. So please, think about it. Think about joining us. Think about engaging Nepal. I'll close with that. I think I've answered most of Bishnu's questions, but as I said, I'm always available, happy to answer queries that I get via Facebook, online, on our website, engagenepal.org, or you can email me at info@engagenepal.org. I'd be happy to hear from you. So thank you. Please, in these very difficult days, stay safe, stay strong, stay well, and engage Nepal. Thanks.